No sound. Toombox. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear my voice now at least? I assume you should. And then if you can, I'll tell you what's going on. Yep. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I'm in recruit training. They told me to not stream or anything while they talked about server passwords and stuff like that. And so I realized, okay, I'll shut off my stream. Um, but then I realized if I just mute the sound, um, then there's no risk of the password being out on my stream. And plus, I'm trying to turn this into a YouTube video, so I am going to obey everything they say and everything. So, because you can't hear the game right now, right? You shouldn't be able to hear the game, even though I can hear it. There's like crickets and stuff. Now they just went to their own channel, which is cool. They got to figure out what they're gonna do to us. Let's look up staff sergeant. They're NCOs. It's funded in the U.S. since that's what we're dealing with here. We're in the U.S. Marine Corps. Camp Phoenix, 15th MEU, School of Infantry, SOC. The deadliest weapon in the world is a Marine and his rifle. Hell yeah. I love it. I love it. Staff Sergeant is an E6 in the U.S. Marine Corps, ranking above Sergeant and below Gunnery Sergeant. After 7 to 10 years in service. Damn. It's a long time. questions, Sergeant. Is it alright if I start streaming now, or? Yes, is it okay if I start streaming? Okay, thank you. This is awesome. Dude, what are you playing? This is Milsim right here, dude. This is the 15th MEU Milsim. I wish you could hear what they're saying. They don't want me streaming yet because I don't know if he's gonna say something or I don't know, but I'm still streaming the video and my audio, but just not what they're saying and what's the game audio. Thank you.
Sorry about this.
And what's the point of this? It's military simulation. The point is to simulate the U.S. military. So you should be able to tell me if you can hear in game now.
So gentlemen, welcome to the 15th MEU Recruit Class Training Delta. Today we'll be going over a few things, in all honesty and all that stuff. If you have any questions today, do not blurt it out in front of me. You'll Q and C in chat as I've demonstrated. What that means is we'll keep it nice and organized in here today. Too crazy and out the wall. Basically, today we'll be covering the mission organization, history, customs, courtesies, policies and procedures, Marine Corps weapons familiarization systems, optics, Marine Corps vehicles, as well as conducting a weapons demonstration and familiarization course and a radio pro words and uses class.
Damn, that sucks.
And today, basically, my name today, Staff Sergeant David Johnson, and I'm your recruit instructor. Before we begin, do we have any questions or comments before we start?
Yes. Okay, good. You can now. Okay, good. Thank you.
Using chat. Awesome. So, gentlemen, the mission and organization of the 15th MEU. The mission statement of the 15th MEU is to simulate a Marine Corps environment using real-world Marine Corps tactics and organization. You can compare the 15th MEU to a World War II or civil reenactment unit. We portray Marines in an MEU. A history. Oh, I got the wrong document. Sorry. It's an old one. The one I want. Basically, 15th MEU operates the Marine Air Ground Task Force concept, or MAGTAF for short. MAGTAF is the primary concept of the Marine Corps and refers to the combined operations of normally separate types of units into 4 deployable fighting forces of various sizes. The MEU, Marine Expeditionary Unit, is one of the smallest combined armed units under the MAGTAF concept. Other large units are the Marine Expeditionary Brigade and the Marine Expeditionary Force. There are 7 real-world MEUs, 11th, 13th, 15th out on the west coast, the 22nd, 24th, 26th out on the east coast, and the 31st MEU stationed at Okinawa, Japan. MEUs have a 6-month workup period where the combined arms units begin training separately, then gradually integrate, culminating in finer certification exercises to get their special operations capable designator prior to deployment. After the workup, they go on to deployment as a 4 deployable force capable of conventional missions or special operations. MEUs are typically deployed in amphibious readiness groups with an ARG, composed of an amphibious task force, which are the naval ships, and a landing force, which is the MEU. Amphibious task force consists of amphibious assault ships, amphibious transport dock landing ships. Our amphibious task force ships in Arma are USS Fallujah, which is a landing helicopter ship, dock ship, USS Matthew Barton, which is also an LHD, and was named after a long-time 15th member who passed away in 2012, and USS Everett, which is an LPD, and is an in-house developed specifically for the MEU. Real-world MEUs are divided into 4 distinct organizations and elements. Ours is divided into 3. Following is the command element. In the 15th MEU, the command element of the command staff, which is the organization's decision-making body, and the headquarters staff, which are the collateral duty billets, to assist in the day-to-day operation of the MEU.
Playing a tripwire on his chair? Wow, Toonbox. You're
command
crazy,
staff consists of the MEU commander, the MEU executive officer, sergeant major, and a bunch of different other personnel from places around the unit. The MEU commander is responsible for the coordination and control of all ground forces. The MEU XO responsible for the functioning of headquarters company staff and assumes the duties of the MEU commander in his absence. Sergeant Major is responsible for the training and well-being of all enlisted members of the MEU. As I said, command staff also has several personnel from different leadership positions across the unit to help with the decision-making by providing their specific insights. Our headquarters staff. In S1, we have the personnel. They maintain personnel information, tracking stats on promotions, transfers, as well as awards. Our S2 intelligence section records information based on the logistic of deployment operates to create new deployment operations for the unit to undertake. Additionally, they act as SUS controllers during all FEX and deployment missions. Our S3 section is the training and operations section. They are responsible for the training of the unit as a whole, to include entrance training, which is what you gentlemen are doing now, such as recruit training and all SOI schools, as well as setting and monitoring training goals during field training exercise periods. Additionally, they operate as strategic planners for the unit movements in a deployment setting. Our S4 section, logistics, operate to maintain the unit's official mod pack, websites, and servers. And our S9 section, which is civil affairs, they operate as internal and external public relations correspondents. Internally, they deal with stuff like the newsletters, the unit podcast, and videos. Externally, they set up joint operations with other units. Next, in the third element is the ground combat element. The ground combat element, also known as GCE, consists of an infantry battalion which is reinforced with a tank platoon, force reconnaissance platoon, a law enforcement detachment, amphibious assault vehicle platoon, and other combat units. These units are organised in what is called a battalion landing team. The primary unit of our 15th MEU is the 3rd Battalion 1st Marines, the Thundering 3rd, and is so designated BLT-31, or 31 as Balls of the Corps. The mission of the GC is to locate.
I don't have anything in my inventory.
The enemy by fire and maneuver.
I've got my hat because I had to take my hat off to come inside.
By fire in close combat. Indian Company is our infantry element. Call sign is Archer. There's 4 platoons. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd platoon are rifle platoons. Each rifle platoon has 3 squads, and each squad contains 3 smaller elements known as fire teams. Our 4th platoon is a weapons platoon. They're the heavy hitters that include a machine gun section of 240 Bravos, an assault section of Mark 153 Mod 0 Smalls, and a mortar section. And the billets in a rifle platoon. At the top you have the platoon commander and the platoon sergeant.
Dude, this is basic training. I'm not gonna freaking do anything.
The commander of the platoon is the commander of the platoon. His responsibility is to maintain the administrative responsibilities of the platoon and its personnel, as well as acting as the leader of the platoon during field operations. Platoon sergeant is the senior enlisted man of the platoon. He is a platoon leader's second. His responsibility is to maintain the personnel's well-being, as well as training standards. Squad leader. The squad leader has 3 fire teams under his command. He executes the orders of the platoon leadership. For him, we have the fire team leader. The fire team acts as the grenadier of the team, as well as leads his fire team and conducts the order of his squad leader. The AR, or automatic rifleman, operates and deploys the automatic rifle of the team. This weapon system can be either a 249 SAW or an M27 IAR. Its primary responsibility is the suppression of the enemy. The assistant automatic rifleman. The assistant is the assistant to the AR. Most people around here refer to him as the ammo bitch. He acts as the AR's buddy in maneuvering as well as humping ammunition and providing ranges when necessary. Finally, the rifleman. The He acts as the point man of the team. He is always in front of the formations during movement and carries the team's anti-armor weapon. Now, billets in the weapons platoon. Basically, you have some similarities, you have some differences. The first two billets I'm not going to go over because they're the exact same. What you have differently in a weapons platoon is a section leader. Section leader's responsibility includes the administrative duties of his section and his section's dedicated weapon system. He is responsible for the training and employment of the section's weapons, as well as following the orders of his platoon leadership. Again, the platoon commander and the platoon sergeant. Squad leader. Sort of the same, sort of different. Squad leader's actual responsibilities include maintaining the weapons, squad trainings aspect of the designated weapons, and following the orders given by his section leader. Team leader. Team leader directs the weapons team in its deployment of its organic weapons system by following the orders of his superior squad leader. Gunner. Gunner is the trigger man of his organic weapons system. His responsibility is to understand the facets of the weapon in order to employ its highest potential. Gamma man. Gamma man is responsible for assisting his gunner in any duties needed. He humps ammo to lighten the load for his gunner. He's also responsible for fetching ranges on target so his gunner may engage accurately. Two new ones here. The mortar squad leader. Mortar squad leader receives the calls for fire from whatever station needs the indirect support.
Slap the bald guy to your left. Dude, that's me. That's me, look.
Finally, the assistant gunner. He manipulates the actual two by the order of his squad leader.
What's cracking lecture? Dude, I'm in basic training, so I'm not going to be able to talk as much.
We also have a law enforcement detachment.
What's up, Bruno?
Military police detachment is responsible for providing security and other combat support to all detachments in the GCE. They can also be used for HVT/EPW and evidence escort. LED also contains 2 EOD explosive ordnance disposal teams, consisting of 3 bomb technicians for disarming and disposal of explosives in the field. Battalion Aid Station. EAS consists of dedicated medical personnel. Corpsmen for medical support on all operations. Each squad and platoon HQ is assigned a permanently attached corpsman. The EAS while into the GCC structure. This is run by its own command, which sits at the company Q level currently. Corpsmen and Navy personnel directly attached to Marine platoons. Each platoon has 1 corpsman, as well as 1 corpsman for each squad. Sorry, each platoon has 1 platoon corpsman and 1 corpsman for each squad. And our supporting elements. We have 2nd Platoon Delta Company, 1st Tank Battalion, call sign Titan. They provide us with support from 1A1 main battle tanks. We also have 1st Platoon Bravo Company, 3rd Assault Amphibian Battalion, call sign Gator. Provides the MEU with AAV-7 support for amphibious operations and transportation. Finally, 3rd Platoon Force Reconnaissance Company.
I will pay you. How much, $2?
They are responsible for conducting various types of reconnaissance operations to support the overall mission of the MEU. And our final element, the ACE combat element. ACE consists of Marine medium tilt rotor squadrons, reinforced with the elements from a Marine light attack helicopter squadron, Marine heavy helicopter squadron, and an attachment from a Marine attack squadron. In the 15th, the following we have is VMM-16 Greyhawks. They operate the MV-22 Ospreys tilt rotor aircraft. HMLA 369 gunfighters who operate the AH-1 Zulu attack helicopter and UH-1 Yankee utility helicopters. HMH 465 Warhorse who operate the CH-53 Super Stallion heavy transport helos. And finally, VMFA 211 Wake Island Avengers who operate the F-35 Bravo Lightning IIs.
Dude, this is so awesome. About that? This is so cool. Negative, Staff Sergeant.
Awesome. A history, custom, and courtesies. Like in the real USMC, 15th we have uniform regulations. The uniform is just how our names are displayed in-game and on TS. Format for your name in the 15th MEU is simply your rank abbreviation followed by a space and then your last name. Only deviation is when there are 2 or more people in the 15th with the exact same last name. The format is to add the first initial followed by a period, space, and the last name. Both have periods in your name. That means there's another person around here with the same last name as you. And as far as I can see, you've both done it correctly. There's no period after the rank. In game,
awesome.
do
It's
not
unbelievable.
place the tags at the end of your name.
Yeah, dude.
They're done automatically for you once you're registered on the Arma 3 units page. And you have also been fully integrated in the unit. So until you get that nice little 15th MEU sock, tag, which means you're in, full member. You won't have access to that. You won't be able to get on the Arma 3 beds just yet. As well as that, thick little courtesy on TeamSpeak, also have in-game regulations, uniform regs. So, yep, Smith.
I didn't quite follow you on terms of which emblem do we get and when, and what does it give it access to. I didn't understand that.
So you see, if you've seen on TeamSpeak, if you've been here quite a bit, everyone who's a full member has a nice big emblem at the end of the name, the 15th MEU sock,
Roger.
and that nice big tag. Once you're in the unit fully, you will that tag. Until then, if you look at, if I type in my name, it shows up. So if I type in that, that's basically the Arma 3 units page working its magic. Comes up with the 15th MEU, Arma 3 units plug-in at the end. If you also want to go a bit further, if you hit M, and you go to players, gives you a little bio, gives you a website, gives you all this stuff. Basically what the Arma 3 units does, but you don't get that until you're fully into the unit.
Roger that. Yeah, but how long does it take? Do you have to go all the way through School of Infantry to be in the unit, or is that just after recruit training, or what?
You have to go all the way through School of Infantry.
Roger.
So the School of Infantry is actually behind me. That's what you get on your TeamSpeak for a while. And then once that's done, you get what I have on my side shoulder here. Anyhow.
Roger, thank you.
As I was saying, it's okay. Our in-game uniforms. But only a 15th MEU training event or whenever representing the 15th MEU, you're to be an appropriate in-game uniform.
The guy to my right, it's a human. These are all human. These are all
so
humans.
behave accordingly. No fucking around. May customize your face slightly with normal things such as military regulation, grooming standards. No beards. So Wallace, I'm sorry to say, you're putting yourself under the razor as soon as we're done today.
Yeah, I know. I know. I forgot to do that.
Face paint. Face paint, and there's also approved eyewear is also allowed as well. A list can be found on the forums. All customizations, facial hair, face paint, etc. may differ depending on your ability in the unit. So since we are the 15th, we do emulate or roleplay if you've been there that past USMC branch, military branch. We have rank structure. So currently, in our list of the rank structure for the USMC, at E1 we have private, 2 private first class, E3 lance corporal. Our non-commissioned officers are E4 corporal and an E5 sergeant. Our staff non-commissioned officers are the E6 staff sergeant, E7 gunnery sergeant, E8 master sergeant and first sergeant, E9 master gunnery sergeant and sergeant major. Our company grade officers, the second lieutenant at O1, O2 first lieutenant and O3 captain. Our field grade officers are 04 major, 05 lieutenant colonel, and 06 colonel. As stated, probably many times in this piece and many times come in the classes, corpsmen, they come from the Navy, so they follow the naval rank structure, which is as follows the same as well. At E1 we have hospital recruit, E2 hospital apprentice, and E3 hospitalman, all in the enlisted. At their non-commissioned officers, the E4 hospital corpsman 3rd class, the E5 hospital corpsman 2nd class. Staff non-commissioned officers are the E6 hospital corpsman 1st class, E7 chief hospital corpsman, E8 senior chief hospital corpsman, the E9 master chief hospital corpsman. Company grades of these: the O1 ensign, the O2 lieutenant junior grade, the O3 lieutenant. Our field grade officers: the O4 lieutenant commander, the O5 commander, and the O6 captain. Be advised, if you do run into a naval officer on this TeamSpeak, I want to congratulate you in person. You've just found a unicorn. There are no commissioned naval officers in this unit ever. I've never seen them. I've never heard of them. There are no naval commissioned officers here. Maybe in the future, but until then, if you do run across someone like an ensign or a commander or a captain, Be worried, because you might not know where they're from. Anyhow, forms of address. Private and private first class can be both referred to as private, but more commonly, you'll hear private first class referred to as a PFC. As stated again and again and again, medical personnel are corpsmen. Medics are Navy and
Tin
Air Force
box.
terms. Marines have no medical personnel. They come from the Navy. There are no sergeants in the Marine Corps, only in the Army. A Marine is a sergeant, a staff sergeant, a gunnery sergeant, and so on, but never a sarge. Also, a sergeant is one grade, E5 and E5 alone. In saying it correctly, you've been saying my rank correctly. I am a staff sergeant. I'm not a sergeant. I'm not a staff. I'm not a sarge either. But you've both been saying it correctly, so I applaud you on that. Second lieutenants and first lieutenants can both be addressed as lieutenant. Lieutenant colonel can be shortened to colonel for conversation.
Hell yeah.
Talking to a person of a
I'm
higher
getting
rank
it
addressed
right.
by either their rank
Getting it done.
or their rank and last name. You can call officers sir if you want, but it is not required. NCOs and SNCOs should not be addressed as sir. When talking to a person of a lower rank, the same rules apply with the addition of either Mr. and their last name, or just by their last name. Example, Mr. Shoemaker. In the 15th, we have some specific ranks for this unit. If you see anyone with an SNA in front of their name, it stands for Student Naval Aviator. It is a rank that is assigned to students prior to commissioning. The proper form of address for the SNA is Mr. As well as a weird one, you'll probably see one or two of them. Second Lieutenant in training. T is in brackets. Big T in brackets. This is a rank assigned to a newly assigned Second Lieutenant who has not completed the necessary training to receive a commission. The proper form of address for a Second Lieutenant in training is Mr. So don't call them Second Lieutenants. Courtesies. While engaged in official unit activities in TeamSpeak, attention on deck is the command given when a senior officer enters the TeamSpeak channel. Command is for everyone in the channel to remain silent to allow the officer to pass on any information if necessary. Once the officer pauses on his information or gives an indication that he has nothing pass on, such as stating carry on, then you may resume communications as normal. Above courtesy is disregarded during official combat operations. Saluting is only mandatory in uniform operations for awards, decorations, or promotions. The salute up and hold the officer salutes and drops his salute. Saluting is never ever done in the field. As well as this, it's a note I have to bring up. You'll probably never ever see the whole unit in the server to do promotions, awards, or decorations. We're too big to fit on one server, and it would take a whole lot of time for us to just get on there to do a couple of awards. But you will see there'll be a call out, like attention all hands. If you have some time, please make your way to conference run for a quick announcement. No saluting's done. Everyone just gets in the conference room. Someone gets promoted, someone gets an award, or they pass on some information. The whole unit here, and we all move on with our day. Does anyone have any questions on that? Awesome. The customs and history of the United States Marine Corps. Marine Corps was created on the 10th of November in 1775 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, at the Tun Tavern by a resolution of the Continental Congress, which ordered Captain Samuel Nicholas to raise 2 battalions of Marines. He became the commander of these 2 battalions and is traditionally considered the first commandant of the Marine Corps. In 1868, the Marine Corps adopted an emblem that consisted of an eagle, a globe, and an anchor. Brigadier General Jacob Zellum, the 7th Commandant, modified the British Royal Emblem, picked the Marines as both American and maritime. The globe and anchor signify worldwide service and sea traditions. The spread eagle is a symbol of the nation itself. In 1883, Sem Fidelis, Latin for always faithful, was adopted as the Marine Corps motto on the initiative of General Charles Macaulay, the 8th Commandant of the Marine Corps. In maritime terminology, it means that always faithful to God, your country, Corps, and family.
Toonbox, he could, but that's not how it's done in the Marine Corps. We're simulating the Marine Corps
Atmospheric
here.
realism unit's history. Colonels Sevens and Schultz are the founders of the unit, and had the original idea of creating the 15th MEU for armed assault. Both members were a part of the 22nd MEU for the BF2 Project Reality when they started playing armed assault. The current leadership of the 22nd did not wish to open an army division, even dropped their Project Reality division. Sevens and Schultz, not wishing to return to Battlefield 2, left and began to start discussions on starting their own unit. They hosted Armagans on each other's computers for a few months, began work on policies and procedures, heard of Ventrilo server, and got the game server stood up. And on the 21st of June 2007, the forums went up and we started actively recruiting. Thus, the 15th MEU for armed assault was officially born. Those who don't know, 2007, if you do math, this year will be our 10th anniversary. 10 years in the Arma verse, from Armed Assault to Arma 3.
That's pretty badass.
Gentlemen,
Pretty cool, I think.
Before I
this
read
unit's
this
been
bit,
around
I
for
need
10
to
years.
know, I need your eyes and ears on, because basically, next bit is policies and procedures. Claiming ignorance after I've read these will not be acceptable. Once I've read these, you need to understand them. So I'll ask
2 hours, Toonbox. They say 2 hours. Might be longer, though.
If you claim ignorance, leadership won't accept it, because you'll be aware of them. So, that little grim speech there. We have a zero tolerance for cheating and hacking for members and the public. So, if you've been on the recruiting server, you've seen those rules. That's no-go. We also have a zero tolerance policy for posting and discussing piracy-related materials, content on the forums and or on TeamSpeak. Simply in simple terms. If you didn't pay for it, if you got it somewhere you shouldn't have, you know this, and you're discussing it on the TeamSpeak, on the forums, don't. Just weigh it out. If you want to go somewhere else and do that, that isn't on the TeamSpeak or the forums, that is fine. You can do what you want. But if you didn't pay for it, don't talk about where you got it. In TeamSpeak, what's your language and what you discuss in public areas? Private areas are more relaxed, but still no racist remarks or blatant disrespectful talk. All debates away from public view. Those that are curious, yes, this is a 17 and up unit. Most of us are adults. A lot of us swear. Have a problem with that? Suggest you either approach the person about it, tell them I felt a bit bad the way you said this and stuff like that. Be polite about it. Hopefully they'll be polite about it back. That's still not working out for you, just leave the channel and go find something else to do. On the forums, no advertising without permission, and it should go without saying, no porn, no flaming, and watch your language. Pay attention to what you post. It can be taken way out of context. Currently we have a public and private game servers. Private server is currently what you're on. Public server is our primary tool for recruiting and relaxed gameplay. It's not mandatory for you to team up, but it is encouraged.
Toonbox, what's so funny?
You're a direct representation of the unit and should treat all pubbers as potential recruits. Team killing, destruction of friendly assets, and general asshattery is prohibited. So,
these are good rules.
if you leave here today and you go on the recruiting server and you do any of that stuff, and if you got a little private tag in front of you, and you'll have the private tag on the 15th TeamSpeak. If someone sees you being an idiot, they find out.
Dude, this is
As I
so
said,
cool.
both servers are for organized, uninterrupted gameplay. These servers are for unit events only, such as now. All servers are governed by the same set of rules.
Are you guys going to do
Where
anything
you
practical?
go.
Yeah, we're going to shoot guns and stuff,
Alright,
yeah.
now for the little bit of fun bit. The promotion policy. You earn time and grade for every day you're in the unit at your current rank. You also earn a promotion point for every 5 days you remain in active service. Additionally, promotion points are earned by attending operations, filling in other people's trainings, and may be awarded to you via leadership personnel using leadership points for extraordinary performance. There are promotion point and time and grade requirements for each rank. You can find a list of these once you're more integrated in the unit. There is also, now, if you can't make unit events and you choose to go to reserves. Now, reserves is a place where you don't have to attend as much. All you have to do is check the forums every 30 days. Just to be as active as you can on the forums, like simple look, just bring up the forums. Oh, you've come up online, that's fine. You don't have to attend any unit events. It's not mandatory. Yeah, it's basically where I'm at. I'm currently in reserves after 3 years of active service. I don't have to attend any unit events officially. I don't have to attend any trainings I'm mandatory to do. All I do is just this. Your time and grade in reserves is actually accumulated slower. I think it's for every 5 days you earn one time in serve, time and active while you're in reserves. And you can earn promotion points, but again, it's a slower process. And if you do go to reserves as a private, I think if you've been there for a year, you might make Lance Corporal or PFC by the end of the year. It's a slower process, but it's there for people who are having trouble attending. There is also another way to put in reserves. If you are actively put in reserves by your commander, when I say commander, I say platoon HQs, squad lead, squad HQs, or depending where you're going. If you are forcibly put in reserves, you have to jump through a lot of hoops to get back out. And the way you can end up possibly being put in there is if you're missing events such as operations, trainings, it's a big one. They can get rid of you for any reason. Well, so keep that in mind. Be honest. If you're not going to be here, if you're going to have a tough month and you're not going to be here, that's fine. If you're having a bad year, so if you've lost a girlfriend, got a new house, got a new wife, got a new job, reserves is a good place to start. I wouldn't suggest that to always jump to. Before reserves, you should consider going LOA as well. It's not usually in the document, but LOA. You have a month. You have up to a month of leave of absence. And in that month, once the month runs out, you can apply for an extension. However, that needs to be approved by your company HQ, and the company HQ can deny. So a month is the limit. If you have a really valid reason for why you need to go longer than a month, have that ready. Really explain to them, like, I need more time. Anyhow, do you guys have any questions of what I've discussed to you about the policies and procedures, and do you understand them?
Yes, Staff Sergeant.
Yep, good. It's one. Wallace?
Yep, I'm good. I understand. That's what I do.
Awesome.
Dude, I'm much better at Milsim than Wallace here.
Let's put him in.
And recruit Wallace.
Yes, Staff Sergeant.
Mind helping me out with this bit for me? Come up here for me. I do need your help with this. Do the rifle here for me? The M4?
Yes.
Yep, so interact with it for me, and what I'll, interact key, and I should bring up some slides. So, gentlemen, attention to the screen for me.
Hold on just a second.
What? The M4 controls the slides? What?
Right. Okay. Let me know when you get it working.
Will do.
So, gentlemen, up on the board is currently now the main rifle for the Marine 15th MEU. This is the M4 carbine. It's a magazine-filled, gas-operated, air-cooled, shoulder-fire weapon capable of semiotic fire, burst fire by the use of selector lever. Max effective range of the M4 is 500 meters on a point target and 600 meters on an area target. Working, Bane? Go to the next one.
No, it's still not working.
Bugger. Alright, that's fine. That's fine.
I'll get it fixed in a second.
That's all good. Up next, we have the M249 squad automatic weapon, or SAW, more commonly referred. It is an individual portable gas-operated magazine of disintegrating metallic belt-fed light machine gun with a fixed headspace. Max effective range of an area target is 1,000 meters. It's carried by the automatic rifleman. Because it uses 5.56 rounds, you can take a magazine from a friend, put it into this weapon. You won't have nearly as much ammo, but you'll have bullets.
Staff Sergeant, I got it.
This horrible excuse for an AR is the M27 IAR. Yep, you want to give it a go? It's a lightweight magazine-fed 5.56 weapon utilized by the United States Marine Corps to enhance the automatic rifleman's maneuverability and displacement speed. Max effective range of the M27 IAR is 550 meters on a point target and 800 meters on an area target. As stated, this is carried by the automatic rifleman. The automatic rifleman's standard weapon is determined by his individual squad leader. An example of this, so one team, my team will have the 2.9, the other two will carry the 27 IAR. Next, bang. There we go. This lovely thing up on the board is the M240. It's a gas-fed, gas-operated crew-served medium machine gun firing the 7.62 by 51 NATO cartridge. Max effective range of the M240 is 800 meters. This is crew served by the 0331 machine gunners. Yep. Alright, this hunk of junk can be used as a paperweight effectively and makes a great throwing rock. It's more commonly referred to as the M9. It is a 9mm semi-automatic magazine-fed recoil-operated double-action pistol. Max effective range of the M9 is 50 meters. This is carried by the automatic rifle from the squad leader and officers. Oop. Up here is the M590A1 12-gauge shotgun. It is a pump-action 12-gauge shotgun which can fire a range of rounds including buckshot and slugs. Max effective range of the M590A1 is 45 meters. It's carried by the rifleman as a secondary weapon, one per squad. Up here is the M203 40mm grenade launcher attached to an M4. It's a lightweight, compact, loading single-shot 40mm grenade attached launcher. Maximum effective range of the M203 on a point target is 150 meters, and for an area target is 350. The M203 is carried by the fire team leader. It can also be given to the
Jelly-filled poop. Welcome to the stream. North Korea beat Korea. What?
Yep. This here, if you haven't seen this before, is the M136 AT4 84mm AT rocket. You hear more commonly referred to around as the 84. The AT4 is a lightweight, self-contained anti-armor weapon consisting of free flight, pin-stabilized rocket-type cartridge packed in an expendable one-piece fiberglass wrapped tube. The tactical engagement in the AT4 is at 250 meters. It's typically carried by the rifleman. If the rifleman cannot carry
Going through BCT? Yep. Yes, I am.
Responsibility falls to the AAR. Yep. Up here is the M72 Law. So in my eyes, it is just a toothpick that doesn't really do much. It's a portable one-shot 66mm unguided anti-tank weapon. The tactical engagement around the M72 is 200 meters. It's usually carried by the fire team leader as a last-ditch effort, and everything's burning around you. Next. This is the Mark 153 Mod 0 Small, which stands for Shuttle Launch Multi-Purpose Assault Weapon. Max effective range is 500 meters. It delivers anti-armor, anti-personnel, and anti-destruction capabilities. Small utilizes the 83mm ATAA and ATDP in case rocket munitions. Small also accepts a 9mm tracer cartridge for the use of integrated Mark 217 spotting rifle. It's crew served by the 031 Assaultman. And since we're still here, don't switch back. This is the M67 fragmentation grenade. M67 can be thrown 30-35 meters by the average male Marine. There's 4 to 5.5 second fuse that ignites explosives packed inside a round body. Steel fragments, not to be confused with shrapnel, are provided by the grenade body. It's an injury radius of about 15 meters, with a fatality radius of 5 meters. But some fragments can be dispersed out as 250 meters or further.
I'd love to play Arma, but my GPU recently died. Oh, dude, that's too bad, Jelly. Have you ever done Milsim? You ever done Milsim?
Directional anti-personnel mine. Claymore is command detonator and directional, meaning it is fired by remote control. It shoots a pattern of metal balls into the kill zone. Apparently, I believe the only people that use this is our Falcon unit for staging ambushes, as well as EOD. Don't ask what they use it for. I have no idea either. This is the M84 Flashbang. On detonation, it emits an intensely loud bang and a blinding flash within 5 feet.
Yes, plenty. Oh, nice. What unit? What unit?
Temporary flash blindness and deafness. And finally, this is the M18 smoke grenade, the canister type grenade used to ground-to-ground or ground-to-air singlage devices, target or landing zone marking devices, or more commonly used in the 15th as a screening device for out-of-unit movements. The M18 smoke comes in many colors: white, green, red, orange, purple, and blue. Color usage depends on individual companies. Maybe one more. Alright. Before I begin, has anyone seen this before? No? Awesome. So, basically what this is the ACOG bullet drop compensating.
Halo
EDC
82nd,
and ranging
101st,
capability.
2nd Recon Battalion, joined 7th
Why are we
Cav.
showing you this?
Wow, okay, cool.
The main scope in the 15th MEU, the ACOG, and you'll be quite used to him. You'll be meeting her later. So, let's get used to it. Up the top of the chevron is 100
That's
meters.
cool, dude. You've done a lot then, Joey. Damn.
Bottom, the middle of it, 200 meters. And at the red lowest point of the chevron, 300 meters. Then you have these funny looking lines ranging from 4 to 800 meters. There's only 4 and a 6 on there at the moment. See? They're known as stadia lines. So the horizontal stadia lines represent 19 inches at their designated range. Those who don't know, 19 inches is the average width of a male's
This is
shoulders
the
from tip to tip.
15th MEU.
Stadia lines range from 4 meters top to 800 meters to the final line. So, as you can see here, these two diagrams, range 500 over, tip, 600, tip. Take note, this is also useful for taking quick ranges. If there's someone standing by a vehicle, if you're trying to range someone out pretty far, and he's within your gun range, it's easy to get a quick read off it. Of course, if he's in close, you know he's less than 100 meters. But if he's going far, like say 600 meters, you can use it. It's really helpful for finding the ranges that you really need to get to. All right, any questions on that?
Yeah, Staff Sergeant. I didn't understand. How do you tell the range of, say you spot an enemy and that's a ways away? How do you tell the range of how far they are?
So you see how the lines here? Place the horizontal lines on their chest. You try to line it up with their shoulders. Sort of judge the range from that. Of course, it's not going to work that well for vehicles because vehicles don't have shoulders apart from vehicles don't have shoulders last time I checked. But for infantry, very useful if you just line the stadia line up with their shoulders. It's if it's looking pretty close to what you think it is, line up with that, pull it, and see if it hits.
Oh, okay. I got it. I understand now. Thank you, Staff Sergeant.
As well as this, you'll be also using this in your rifle ranges, but I'll go into that at the end of the training. Is there any questions so far? Awesome. This is what we're going to do now. I'm going to go to the bathroom because I really need to go. So, gentlemen, pardon me for a few seconds. I do apologize. HR, do you mind taking them out to the vehicle range? I believe I'm giving you the document there.
Yes, that's something I'll do it.
Crits, stand up. You'll stand from your seats for me. So you can, yep, just V. Make sure you put your hats on before you leave this classroom. I don't want to see I don't want to get a report that recruits are not wearing their hats. So follow the HR out. It's on. I'll be out there in a minute.
Give me just a second. I'll pull up the document.
I forgot what change my combat speed is.
Gotta see where you want me to start from.
What's changed my combat pace for basic controls? Let's see. Controls.
Alright, we're gonna come over here.
Infantry. Combat pace. 2xc. Oh yeah, that's right. Cool. Get them Vics. Get them helicopters. Cool. Get them jets. Cool. Look at all them Vics. Cool. Ooh, look at those machine guns and guns. Cool. Ooh, look at these little guns. Cool. If I remember correctly, I used to play on their server so much with them that they thought I was officially in their unit as corporal. He was the 15th MEU or the 25th. Damn, Jelly. How do you know all the different units and shit? That's impressive.
Alright, everybody. This is the High Mobility Multi-Purpose Wheeled Vehicle, also known as the Humvee. Seats 5, including gunner and driver positioning, can be armed with either an M2 or Mark 19. Can be up armored, which gives the crew better protection against small arms. Here comes the sergeant. Staff Sergeant still away.
So what are we up to?
Just got started on the Humvee.
Awesome. There you go. So as you can see over here, come in close, guys, and we don't fight. Come in nice and close in the yellow line for me. Gotta get a good look at these things. So, this is the Humvee, which stands for High Mobility Multi-Purpose Wheeled Vehicle. One to your direct left.
Over 1,300 hours? Okay, yeah. I think
Seats
I've got
5,
more than that.
including
But that's still a
gunner
lot,
and
yeah.
One to my right can obviously fit more. It is armed with a Mark, can either be armed with a Mark 19 or M2 machine gun. Both of these variants can also be up armored, which gives the crew better protection against small arms. You probably won't see these if you are in GCE much. Many times you'll probably see one and we'll pass it on the way back. There's a slight variation to this one. It comes with a big canopy on it. It's usually carrying the company HQ most of the time. So the company HQ elements. Yeah, moving on down the line. These big old things. These are lifesavers. We love them. Anyone know what MRAP stands for?
Yes, Staff Sergeant. Mine resistant armor protected.
So you got one of them. It's now ambush. Mine resistant, ambush protected. Close, but yep, it's up there. You got three of them.
Roger.
This is the RG-33.
Oh, yeah, man's in the house. What's up, yeah, man? Welcome.
Seats
welcome.
9, including a gunner and driver. Equipped with an M2 Browning or Mark 19. This can be up armored, which also gives the crew better protection against small arms. You hit a mine or an IED, and these can usually take one or two. If it's a big one, you're getting fucked. As you can see, they also come in unarmored, M2 variant here, and the Mark 19 variant over there. Come down. The Mark 19 variant over there. Come down. One of my least favorite vehicles on this line. These are the LMTVs, which stand for Light Medium Tactical Vehicle. They can seat up to 15, including a gunner and driver. They can also be equipped with an M2 Browning or Mark 19. These can also be up armored. The group better protection against small arms. Now you'll notice the front, got armor around it. And you look at the back, just a simple mesh. Spine. The bullets will go through the mesh. So it's not very good for people in the back if getting shot up. For the front, it's probably fine. For the back, not so much. Alright. And in front of me right here. Nice and close. I don't bite. I'm not that scary, am I?
I don't bite.
Alright, to my right, your left, is the AAV P7A1. As I've stated, its call sign is Gator. Seated up to 22, including a driver, gunner, and a commander. And 19 passengers in the ass. As you can see, it comes in a dual turret configuration, which has a Mark 19 and M2. To my left, or right, you notice if you're looking at the boat, today's tank and model for us is Impotent Rage. This is the M1A1 Abrams main battle tank. Call sign Titan. You can seat up to 4, including a driver, gunner, commander, and loader. However, the loader position is currently not used. It is equipped with a 120mm M68 smoothbore cannon, a coaxial M240, and an M2 on top of the turret. It also has another M240 Bravo for the loader.
The small windows on those trucks save your life. Nice, yeah, I believe it.
These two move, believe it or not. Just because they don't have wheels doesn't mean they don't move. I sound like I'm teaching elementary here, but this is very important. Things you never want to do with these vehicles is use them as cover, because A, they move. Don't want to say get below the driver's view if I stand right here. Now, I don't believe he can see me if this thing was moving. He can run me over. As well as this, if one of these takes a hit from an RPG or a tank round or a rocket, explosion dispersed, it can knock you out. And when they cook off, the cook-off can kill you. The current rule in the 15th is to stand 25 meters plus, and I advise plus, especially for Titan, the M1A1 to my left. Who's heard of overpressure? No one, okay. So for overpressure, when the main gun, that cannon is fired, it releases a heat in a cone.
What's your chosen MOS? I haven't decided yet, Joey.
And anything in that cone can be burnt, which means you will receive wounds from it. You can also die from it. Right now, if I was to fire this gun, Smith, you will probably be wounded a bit. Wallace might be fine, but it would hurt a fuck ton. I'd be dead. So, in my honest advice to you gentlemen, stay at least 25 meters away from these things at all times. If you see it coming towards you, move out of its way. Just go somewhere else. Especially with Titan. Titan, I advise 25 meters, 30 meters, probably 50 meters more. It's scary. As well as this, if these things run you over, it won't be their fault. They'll apologize. They'll apologize. The drivers and commanders will apologize for it. Believe me or not, they do it on occasion. But trust me, there is an unspoken order. The order is these things, if they're heavily moving and they need to get somewhere fast and you're in their way,
Overpressure kills. Yeah, I've never actually been killed by it, I don't think.
They will just keep going. Hit and run style. Then I've said that. You know, follow me. We move on down to here. Alright. I like to cover these two birds in one quick sweep because they're both gone to the name of Gunfighter and they're both in the same section. So, like I did with Titan and Gator, to my right is UH-1 Yankee Venom, known as Gunfighter 1s, previously known as Gun Runner. The pilot, a co-pilot, 2 door gunners that can carry up to 7 passengers. It is equipped with 2 7.62 51 native miniguns and 1400 rockets. To my left, known as Gunfighter, has always been known as Gunfighter, the Gunfighter 2. It can come with a pilot and gunner, usually. It's equipped with a 20mm train gun, 38 Hydra rockets, 4 Hellfire Heats, 4 Hellfire HEs, and 2 AIM-9 Sidewinders.
That sounds scary, Jelly.
They're God Savers in battle, both of these birds. And the UH-1 now operates Flight Corpsman. Something to look out for when you're around. So, moving around. This heavy marine helicopter is known as the CH-53 Echo Super Stallion. Its call sign is Warhorse. It usually has a pilot and a co-pilot and carry up to 36 passengers. They can lift Humvees, trucks, mostly. I believe they can lift an MRAP. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe not. But they're very useful. They're mainly used for moving stuff around. Infantry, supplies, all the glorious stuff. That's what she's used for. Behind you, we'll run over here now.
Oh, this looks much better.
Closer. A lot easier. Then in front of her, this is the MV-22 Osprey. The call sign is Greyhawk. As most of the birds, as you probably guessed in the trend, it has a pilot and a co-pilot. It can carry up to 27 passengers. This is the medium tilt rotor. You have guessed, it tilts. Do VTOL takeoff.
I can't stand blooming Arma. Oh, really? I kind of like it.
Its job is to also take infantry around mainly. Its main purpose. It doesn't do much ammo lifting, but it can. Alright, moving down the line again. Do a quick stop on this one. You probably won't see them much longer. It's an F-18 Delta. Its call sign is Viking. However, this detachment is closing due to our condensation of the unit. So, unfortunately, won't see these much anymore. They were helpful they've always been helpful in the past, and they're a great thing to have around. But oh well, gonna miss them though. Anyhow, yep, Smith.
I was just wondering, Staff Sergeant, why is the unit condensing and shutting these down, getting rid of these?
Basically, it's simple. We operate on a sort of, once we're growing high enough and once we're getting bigger and bigger, we grow. So other assets become open. When we condense, sometimes we've got to condense those assets. And unfortunately, the Vikings is one of them. Over there behind you as well, the 22s, they've gone from 6 birds to 3 birds. It works on a basis, and when you have access to it, there's a policy manual. It can tell you what happens when the unit grows, when the unit shrinks. It's simple like that.
Roger that.
Also,
Thanks.
as well as for a realism standard, F-18s, especially those ones, operate out of a carrier, USS Nimitz. There's never really a USS Nimitz carrier group operating with MEU. Let's be honest here. Not
Right,
realistic. We wouldn't have the Nimitz attached to us every minute of the day. So it's also another realism aspect. We try to keep up with realism and all this stuff. So the only reason we come along because we were at a stage we were too big. We had 3 companies back in 2015. Quite a lot. And we got that bird, I think, early 2015. It was a wonderful, wonderful bird. Still is, and I'm gonna miss it. Never got to fly her. Alright, moving down the line again. Coming onto the bird, you'll probably see more and more.
Do you have any idea what you'd like to do for your MS? I like a corpsman, and if
Really
I can't, I'll
close
get
up
my
to
hands
this
on an
one. Get the
MT-40.
shade.
Yeah, dude, I think there's already a lot of corpsmen in here because
So,
everybody wants to
this
be
is
a
the bird
medic.
that'll be saving your ass from here on out.
So I
35 Bravo.
think
Lightning two.
I'll probably just go for
Its
infantry
call sign is Avenger.
or tank.
You can
Those
see
are
it's
the
only
only
a
two I'm
single seat.
thinking.
So it only has a pilot. It's going to be quick with a wide variety of air-to-air and air-to-ground munitions depending on the mission. Mounted on it, Gao 22 with a 25mm with 500 rounds. Alright, does anyone have any questions on the air or ground vehicles? Oh, sweet. Alright, gentlemen. So what we're going to do now is do one last PT run, and we're going to get you looking like Marines. And as I stated, that's the Humvee you usually see people using. Alright, gentlemen, just go straight in. Don't take your hats off. No need to. Pick a box. Pick a box, any box. Alright, I'm gonna go to Arsenal. Once that's all loaded up, what you gentlemen to do for me. You're gonna go to your rifle.
You better be a damn good medics. Yeah.
That is not the M4 carry handle. That is not the M4 203. That is the stock standard M4. Please double click on that and select it. While you're there, we're going to go to the AN scopes, AN PVQ 31 Alpha RCO, and place that on your rifle. Be on the right hand side of your screen for Arsenal. Awesome. Moving down. We're going to go to vests. You're going to get the SPC Rifleman vest. And again, you're also going to get a backpack. There's no other option. It's a Coyote. You're also going to get me some lovely headgear. This is the ECH Marpat WD, which stands for Woodland. If you're wondering what the other thing is, it's the same thing, but it's desert camo. While we're here, we're going to go back up to vest again. Going to go to, if you see the little plus symbol, you're going to grab yourself some earplugs. And I'm going to say this now. Until ordered to do so, you will not put those earplugs in. Do I make myself clear?
Roger, Staff.
Yes, that's okay.
Awesome. Now, our final thing today, we're going to grab ourselves some radios. So what you're going to do, you're going to grab yourself an AMPRC 152. Once that's done, exit Arsenal. Once, and you're going to go back into Arsenal again after you have moved. Sorry, I'm sure we should specify this a bit more. You're going to move the AMPRC 152 to your backpack. So, inventory I, move that radio into your backpack. Once that is done, go back into Arsenal for me. You're going to go back to the communications and you're going to grab a second ANPRC 152. Once that's done, come out of Arsenal for me and line up. In front of me. Awesome. Just to double check for me, gentlemen, before you move any further, and you hit left control P to verify you have 2 radios. If you do not have 2 radios, let me know now.
I have 2 radios, Staff Sergeant.
Awesome. Final thing here we're going to do right now. I'm going to make sure
this shade of blue.
you make it.
Ah, good, most of them haven't done this kind of thing for years. Nice.
Make sure it
yeah,
is
isn't
going
it
to be
awesome?
Possible for you to shoot myself, my observer, or yourselves. What you're going to do, you're going to hit I. You're going to remove the magazine from the weapon and place it on yourself. Once that is done, you're going to put your weapon on safe. Do that. You just control, left control, tilde. Once that is done, you're going to place the rifle on your back. It is default 0. So, in saying that, congratulations. If you somehow manage to shoot yourselves, me, or the observer today, you've just done something
total gambit.
I've never seen. Believe it or not.
What's
Any
that,
questions
Staff?
on that, gentlemen?
Yes, Staff Sergeant. What haven't you seen?
Oh, I've seen gators fly. Nothing much gets past this old Staff Sergeant. All right, gentlemen, follow me back in the classroom.
Dude, yeah, I love Milsim, man. Even if the officers believe it's real, because I like to believe it's real. I think I'm actually pretty good
Sit
at
up
like
in front for me as
like
usual.
the role playing. I love getting on the radio, like Archer 2-1, Maverick 5-5, blah 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 blah.
Yep. The old lovely. Perfect. Awesome. Sit down for this one. I'm gonna stand on my feet all day.
See, I love stuff
All
like
right.
that. I love stuff like that.
So, we're gonna now move on to the Radio Pro Words class.
Total gambit. No,
So
actually.
this one's simple. And for those who don't know, pardon me. For those who don't know, in the military they use something known as the phonetic alphabet. Those who know it, I do apologize. But for those who don't know, it's probably best to know now. So we go through it quite simply, starting with Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, India, Juliet, Kilo, Mike, November, Oscar, Papa, Quebec, Romeo, Sierra, Tango, Uniform, Victor, Whiskey, X-Ray, Yankee, Zulu.
That's funny, Jelly. I like that. And Total Gambit, yeah, that is too serious.
As well as the phonetic alphabet, we also have, for boxes just to come up on your screen, just hit close. As well as this, we have the phonetic numerals. Well,
LC.
they're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Note there are no double digit or triple digit phonetic numerals. To say a double or a triple, you simply say 1, 0 or 2, 0. The triple, 1, 2, 5. Simple, right? You get that bit?
Yes, Staff Sergeant.
Yes, Staff Sergeant.
Now, you don't need to know the whole thing off by heart. Let's be honest. It takes time. Over time, you'll learn it. You'll get used to it. It's all a learning process. As well as this, we have things known as procedure words or pro words. Procedure words or phrases which have been assigned a meaning or purpose of the expediting messages handing over radios. Understanding the following pro words and their respective definitions is key to their clear and concise communication procedures. So, saying that, this transmission is from a station whose designated immediately follows. Over, this is the end of my transmission to you and a response is necessary. Go ahead and transmit. Out. This is the end of my transmission to you.
Loud and clear. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Since over and out have opposite meanings, they're never used together. So if you remember watching those old action movies and you hear over and out, that's not a real thing. Over and out have opposite meanings. Roger, I've received your last transmission satisfactorily and understand it. Wilco, I've received your last transmission and will comply. Meaning of Roger is included in that of Wilco. These proved pronouns are never used together. Say again. Say again. I did not receive or understand your last transmission. Repeat all of your last transmission or use the all after or all before. This is important, so listen here. Never, ever, ever substitute say again for repeat. Repeat is a pro word specific to a call for fire. So if you say it next to someone from mortars, or if you say someone who's an RTO or JTAC, just pray you're not heading in the same direction where the last bit of ordnance was dropped. Wait over. I must pause for a few seconds. Wait out. I must pause for longer than a few seconds. I will call you back. Sorry, pardon me. Interrogative is a request, a confirmation, or a question. Break. I have a long message to transmit. I need to break it up into sections so that you receive all of it. When you hear break on the radio, do not key up and begin to transmit a response. Break on the radio is simply just a pause. There's also another variation of this. If you hear break, 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 that means it's an emergency transmission. It's like Mayday. Everyone's meant to shut up. You break, break, break. Cease your transmission and let the other station get their message across. It's a swift message. Read back. Repeat the entire radio transmission back to me. It can also be used to respond to a readback instruction. Correction. I made an error in this transmission. Transmission will continue with the last word correctly sent. And radio check. I want a response indicating the strength and readability of my transmission. So formatting and sending a message. For any unit begins a tactical evolution, each station will be assigned specific call signs in order to identify themselves and to be contacted by other stations. Additionally, specific frequencies will be assigned to every station to monitor. Smith, question.
Yeah, Staff Sergeant. Should I be writing this down, taking notes, or is this stuff written down somewhere where I can refer back to it later on?
Basically, what you'll be doing is learning it in the unit. So, again, everything I'm telling you here, it's in a policy menu somewhere. You'll probably might have access to it after this class. I'm not sure what the old missions are, but I'm pretty sure you'll have access to it.
Okay, thanks, Staff.
It'll have a lot of information that you can go through to check up on stuff. If not, you can ask me if you want a few other info and stuff like that. And I'm quite approachable, even though people think I'm scary. Just because I come from Australia, I'm not sure why. Maybe it's my smile, but yeah, you don't need to write a lot of it down. There's no real test on it. It's a learning experience, so you'll learn over time.
Great, thanks.
Okay. So the following is an example of a transmission of a radio check conducted by Echo 2 Alpha to Echo 2 Bravo. This one you might want to listen carefully for. Echo 2 Bravo, Echo 2 Alpha, this is Echo 2 Bravo. Radio check, over. Echo 2 Bravo, this is Echo 2 Alpha, 5x5, over. Echo 2 Alpha, this is Echo 2 Bravo, roger, out. When contacting distant stations, ensure you maximize the use of pro words and adhere to the following. Transmit clear, complete, and concise messages. Speak clearly, slowly, and in a natural tone. Enunciate each word. Listen before transmitting to avoid interfering with other transmissions. Do not break in on another transmission while they are transmitting. Do not use profanity on the radio, and do not use personal names on the radio. There's two more I add to this. As well as do not use last names, do not use rank, especially in the higher up the means of radio, so that Tune Net or Company HQ Net. Moment you probably will be the furthest away from it, least can see, but when you get higher up, don't use rank. Second thing I want to say. There's a thing that's always been known to me, and it is called the umming and ahhing syndrome, which is tied with a special button that I nicknamed the idiot button. The idiot default button for Arma 3 is the caps lock. If you're wondering why I call it the idiot button. When you key up, you lose about 20 to 35 IQ points in your head because you don't know what to say, so you just go into this whole mindset of going, this is, like that. Don't be too upset about it. Everyone does it. I've done it. Probably the HR's done it. Everyone in the unit's done it. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's like I said, like I'm going to be reiterating over and over. It's a learning experience. I learn new things every day in this unit. Alright. Any other questions on those?
Yeah, Staff Sergeant, is everything that you just went over only when you're talking on the radios, or does any of that stuff apply to, say, just normal communication?
Radios mostly. The number stuff, though, when you're calling out a bearing, especially when you're talking, say 125. You can say 125. People get it. People are quite laxed about it. But definitely of the radio, 125. Especially with numbers. Numbers can sometimes become distraught. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, you'll hear that a lot quite a bit because that's the team names and that's the section names as well. But if you want to put it into practice, I would suggest, say, talking like getting repeat out of your head completely, delete it, get rid of it, say again. I'll give you an example. I used to work at a fast food restaurant, and I used to work the drive-through, and I accidentally, by mistake, did a radio check with the customer. Yeah, it was awkward. It's an awkward explain to what I was doing. I've also said say again a couple of times at work. I've actually gone to that mentality where I'm saying say again. And repeat is not in my mind as anymore because of what I've learned here. I say again more than I do repeat. So yeah, it's good, like, if you can sort of get yourself into that and you can practice with it, you'll be good at it. But again, it's a learning, it takes time. You're not going to learn it on the first moment of this whole training. It's like, this is what we're doing, this is what the information. Again, any questions, direct them to me at the end, or I can run you through it a bit after. Alright. Any other questions? Awesome. Alright. Again, once again, direct your eyes up onto the screen. So for those who aren't used to it yet, what you're going to do now, this is the ANTRC 152. This is probably the standard radio in the 15th MEU, carried by riflemen all the way up to battalion commander. We're going to be following the instructions currently on the screen, so what I'll get you to do, gentlemen, is left control P, bring up your first radio. Click the first one in your list, and what you are going to be putting in right now. So, what you want to do is you want to hit the clear button on the frequency for me. Should say channel 1. If it says anything else, then I'm worried. You're going to input the frequency 100, and then you're going to hit enter. Once that's done, I'll switch the slide here. So I probably should reference something else. Do not hit enter on your keyboard, hit enter on the little thing that says enter. It'll make sure it goes in. What you're going to do next is you're going to switch to channel 2. Your radio. This can be done by your numpad as well, but for the demonstration here, I'll get you to hit the PRE plus key. And you're going to repeat steps 1 through 4. But instead, you're going to hit clear. This frequency I'm going to get you put on channel 2 for your first radio is 100.1. With me so far?
Yes, Staff Sergeant.
Awesome. This is the final bit. What you're going to do here, you're going to go up to the top and you're going to decrease your volume till it says 10. Cannot go any lower than 10. It won't go lower than 10. You can try, but it'll always go back to 100. The first radio you want on 10, lowest volume, as if you can't hear it. Alright, that is the end of the first radio setup, so close out of the first radio for me. Alright, now we're going to bring up the second radio. We'll bring it up to your second screen. It'll come up with settings. Once again, you're going to hit clear, and you're going to put 100, channel 1. You're going to hit the frequency will be entered, you're going to confirm that. But then you're going to go down to this little 0 key on the far left, and you are going to go to stereo settings until it says left only. Good?
No, I was having problems closing out my radio. I just opened up my second radio, and
Alright.
so which channel do I put in, which frequency on the second radio?
Oh, on your second radio, you want channel 1 on 100 is the frequency. So clear it, input 100, hit enter.
Okay, done.
Then, see at the bottom left, you have the 0 key. You want to hit that till it says headset left only.
Okay, got it, thank you.
Awesome. What we're going to do next here is now we're going to go to channel 2. Keep the radio open. Okay, not save. Right, I'm a bit behind now. Now we're going to go to channel 2. We're going to clear the frequency like we did last. Oh, sorry, we're not do that yet. My bad. What we're going to do now is there's a left arrow next to that 0 key, and you're going to click it. It's going to come up with an A2. So your C2 should have changed to an A2. That hasn't done that, let me know right now. Or if you've got any other P number afterwards. Nope? Awesome. Basically, you're going to do what you did at the start. You're going to clear the frequency, and you're going to put 100.1, and you're going to hit enter on it. Now, like we did in the first part of the second radio, you're going to go back down to that 0 key, and you're going to click it. But this time, you're going to click it till it says right only, and it'll appear up in your bottom right as additional right only for your headset. Once that's done, just double check over it for me. So go back. This won't work unless you go back to your first channel. Make sure it says C1 100. And then once it says C1 100, close out of the radio. And once that's done, stand up for me, so I can see who's done.
Staff Sergeant, when I went back to channel one, but then I changed channel back up to test if the A2 setting was still there, and it looks like it just reverted to C2.
Okay, then just go back to A2. Change it back to A2 for me. Put in 100.1. Hit enter. And then make sure it says write only on the additional. Then once it says write only additional, go back to channel 1 and close out. We know, and if that doesn't work, we'll work it out in this. Stand up when it's done. Alright, gentlemen, stand in front of your seats nice and neat for me. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to test your radios. So we're going to make sure they're all working happily. No problems. Now, this is a simple, now I'm going to give you simple instructions, the game assignment says. If one of you does not hear the command, don't move. This is how we test it. It's simple. I've had people move. They've followed the others. Your radio is, if you didn't hear the command, you don't move. If you did hear the command, move. Simple? Alright. If you can hear me in your left ear, take a knee. If you can hear me in your right ear, stand up. If you can hear me in your right ear, take a knee. Alright, we're good to... So we got to 100.1. So, Smith, there's an error with your radio, so check that alternate channel for me.
Okay, yeah, Staff Sergeant, because when you said if I can hear you in my right ear, I actually heard you in my left ear.
Alright, then it's set to your left ear, so make sure you set it back to right ear only. So it should say, like, it'll say in small text, it says additional right only. It's very, very small.
Okay, I got it. Do I need to go back to channel one before I close out, or can I close out with it?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You need to go back to channel 1, otherwise it will not work. And just stand
Okay.
up. Well, stand up, and Smith, stand up when that's fixed. Stand back up again, boys. Good. If you can hear me in your right ear, stand up. If you can hear me in your right ear, take a knee. So you couldn't hear me in your left ear this time.
Roger that, yeah.
So, so for your, on your second radio for 100, did you hit that button again? On the first frequency. So on channel 1, it should say your left, it should be on...
Oh no, I didn't hit it again. I thought it saved, so...
Yeah, make sure that's on your left ear.
Okay, now it's left only. Okay,
Just
I might be good.
the right one, and just check the alternate is on your right ear. Right now, and then go back to channel, the first channel, and close out. And once you're done, continue.
Okay, I'm done.
Awesome. If you can hear me in your left ear, take a knee. If you can hear me in your right ear, stand up. And there is a God. Awesome. So, why have I set your radios up like that? When you go on to phase 2, the School of Infantry, that will be they will also teach you that. They will try and hammer that into your heads. That is it's one of the most effective ways to use the radios around the unit. You have a talking radio, which is the first radio, the active radio you have currently on, and listening radio. You can have up to a couple of frequencies, all input on those radios, and you'll be fine. Good way to monitor other frequencies, especially if you're a fire team leader who's also the 2IC of the squad, which means you have to monitor not only squad net, not only fire team net, sometimes platoon net. As well as also that, if you're the fire team 2IC, you also have to monitor your fire team net and the squad net. It's hectic. Any questions on that?
Yes, Sergeant. I don't know why do we put it in the left and the right? Because do we only want to hear certain sort of units on one ear?
You differentiate each channel.
Oh,
so,
I gotcha.
For example, on your left, I'll give you one. Archer 3, this is Archer 3-2. But I'm moving out. 4 clicks to the east. Request fire support. All that stuff. And then in your right ear, 3-2 Alpha, this is 3-2 Bravo. We're about 5 minutes from your position. Where are you? So you can differentiate which net you're hearing, and which net you got to talk on. That's why it's left and right. Let's say, and sometimes if there's a third channel, I'd have it on both of them. So if it's a higher means, it'd be on both my headsets. That's how I work, except I usually carry 6 or 7 radios, because I'm old, and I'm used to that way. Any other questions?
No, Staff Sergeant, but I need to go to the bathroom if we could take a quick little break here.
Yep, we're actually running ahead of time, so I don't mind. You guys want to have a quick drink, a quick smoke, or a quick piss? Go for it. Just we'll all meet back in about 5 minutes.
Roger, thank you.
We're actually running ahead of time.
Oh, I thought you said earlier we were running behind.
No, we're actually on time. Way ahead on time, actually.
Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Class doesn't have to finish for another half an hour. So while we wait,
I'll be right back, guys.
Wallace, anything you want to know?
How many I guess jobs, if you will, are there? There's the rifleman, there's the mortarman, stuff like that. How many different ones are there?
So we have basically covering the whole blank with the O3s. You have the riflemen's with O311s, O331s, which are the machine gunners, O351s, which are the smalls, and the O341s, which are the mortarmen. That covers a whole bunch. Within that, you also have O365s, which are the infantry squad leaders, O369s, which are the infantry platoon commanders, or infantry leaders, which includes platoon sergeants and gunnery sergeants. Then you have the 8999s, which are the first sergeant and sergeant majors. Those are the sort of stuff in there. So what would you want to do? I think I saw an O3. You were an O311, or would you put O331 down? I know I saw your app somewhere. I don't know either an O331, O333. You've got an O331 here today, and also an O351. I'm not sure.
I put in a rifleman.
Oh, okay. So you'll be going to one of the 3 rifle platoons if you choose to keep that position.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, that billet. So there's plenty of billets. Normally it's pretty open for riflemen. There's a lot of people who want. It's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple job. You just carry a rifle. You go around. If you're the AR, you carry a 27 or M249. I personally side with the 249 because that thing's sexy as hell. Yeah, so that's most of the rifle billets. I think I've covered most of them actually. So why riflemen, and where do you plan on going? Do you know anyone in the platoons?
No, I don't know anyone in here. I just joined because I used to be in another Milsim unit, but it was a little. It was just a group of my friends, so it wasn't as I guess intense if you want. It was just kind of chill back and we'd goof around sometimes. We didn't really get stuff done, so I kind of just decided to join this because I saw YouTube videos on it. It seemed pretty cool.
Yeah. Nah, everyone's pretty tight. Like, I mean, if you find a good niche and you find a good group of people to play with, I mean, you can go on the recruiting server. A couple of people will definitely. Some people who like, if you ask them, so don't just walk up to them and go, "Hey, can I?" So just don't jump and start asking us all this stuff. If you ask them, say, "Hey, can I roll with you guys and see how you guys do?" Normally they'll be friends or stuff, or in the same team or in the same platoon. They'll be playing along the sort of same style as how they work in the unit. That's how you build friendships and stuff. When I first rocked up, I found an Australian. He took me along to one of his to a fun operation, had all the mods, and basically I got the shit kicked out of me. But yeah, yeah. You just get to know people, and everyone's like on an official standard. Everyone's switched on the
Okay, yeah.
the
El Camino,
operations
yeah,
and
what's
on
up,
the
dude?
training.
Welcome.
But
Welcome, El Camino. Yes, I
everyone
have been
falls into
daily
their little
vlogging. Been
groups
trying
and
to.
niches, and they just hang and chill and play different games.
Yeah,
Most of
that's
which are war focused as well.
I'm back, Staff Sergeant.
That's all good. That's all good. I'm just gonna finish my smoke. Do you have any questions while you hear bloody hell? Is it just covering some stuff, Smith? Any questions you guys want to add here? Because what do you want to go as, Smith? By the way, what's your billet you want to run as?
I was thinking just infantry.
Ah, both infantry. So I'm gonna ask the same question as you. Do you know anyone in the platoons, or are you just rocking up here as well? And
No, yeah, I don't know anybody at all. I just found this totally on my own and by myself. So yeah.
yes. No, it's simple. Like I was explaining to the other recruit here. What you got to do basically, just jump on the recruit server, have some fun. Ask if you can team up with a couple of the privates, or um, if there's someone higher than a private, say, hey, can I jump along with you and see how you play, and talk with them. They don't mind a good talk as long as you're not answering stupid questions like, what did you eat for dinner tonight, and what are you wearing? Some of them will answer you back as like, I'm wearing nothing. My usual answer. You get into a sensual talk of happiness and love. But yeah,
Well,
that's
I had
it.
another question about
Same for
that.
people.
Okay, but what billets are open, or what people does the unit actually need? Like, because it seems like there's a lot of corpsmen already, so that's just like an observation. Or do you guys need tank people? Because I was thinking maybe going tank too.
So at the end of the training, or at the end of the recruit training today, I'll go over a few bits and pieces of what bills you want. You don't have to keep the same billet that you signed up with. You can change it actually, and I'll ask you if you want to change if you have some interest in a different area, and we'll go from there. It all depends. Basically, if you want to change your MOS, so if you're changing from say an 03, it just changes your school preference. If you go to an 1800 billet or a 58 billet, or I don't know the year D billet number, or the 8400 or the 8400 ones, it'll change. It'll change what school you'll go to. Thanks. But anyhow, I'll explain that all in the last bit of the training. So instead of being boring, let's go shoot some rifles and blow shit up. Ugh. Now, follow me out.
Hour. We've been in training an hour and 40 minutes.
Now, before you, this is probably rule of thumb. Before you enter any vehicle, usually you ask for permission. If it's a gator, you're definitely asking permission to get in. If it's a helicopter, definitely. Most of the time, you don't need to ask to get into a Humvee or an RG-31. It's usually assigned to your squad or to your team. But for this, I'm just going to get you in the spirit of it. Normally you ask permission to enter. Bane, do you know where we're going, or would you like, or do you not know where we're going?
We're going to the rifle range, right?
Do you know how to get there?
I do.
Awesome. And you can drive. Gentlemen, please fall on the back. Do not take the gun seat.
Permission to board.
You can jump in. I gave you permission. Bang, let's get rolling, buddy.
Oh, I thought we were still doing the whole thing. I don't know.
It's fine, it's fine. I just gotta do some things.
That's how you ask for permission, right? You say permission to board.
Correct. It's permission to board, and usually how it works, it's pretty simple and straightforward. It's just permission to board, and everyone just pops in.
Nice, got it. What's up? No, SEAL Team 6. No, I haven't gotten Farming Simulator yet. I wanted to get that though. Or Spec Ops. Is he British? No, he's Australian. Be a sniper. I mean, I think you can be a sniper if you go infantry, right? Or do you? Because I think that's within infantry. It might not be. I don't know. This is cool. We're off on a trip.
Oh, bugger.
Yeah, when we get actually in this, I'm gonna be like, before we get in there, permission to board. Just like totally overdo it, you know, just be all about the military.
Yep, just pull over the side here, babe. Alright, same with getting out. Normally you don't have to really ask permission, but you'll hear one command. It's full dismount. So full dismount, gents, and just line up against the Humvee for me, right there. Back to the Humvee. Bang, can you hear me? I've got a feeling.
Hey, firm.
Jump on the gun for me and point it towards the range. Alright, so I'm hoping you follow my instruction before saying you did not put in your earplugs. If you have put in your earplugs, please remove them. This is something you have to learn, and you have to recognize it when it does happen. Those of you who do know what it is and what I'm about to do, when I give the order, I do apologize. But for this thing, for those of you who have not heard it, it's a necessity and you need to know. Bang, commence firing, 100 rounds.
Correct.
Is there a ringing in your ear?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is basically just the importance of your PPE. PPE is your helmet, your Kevlar, your vest, and your earplugs. At no time would you leave the base without any of this, especially your earplugs. If you forget the earplugs, your life will become a living hell. Especially around a 50 cal, especially around a tank shell or tank round, and especially around a weapons team with 240s. There have been instances known where people have gone deaf for the entire operation, and it sucks. So, in doing so, what I'll get you to both do now is put in your earplugs. So, self-interacts, your equipment, say give
Oh well, what's so funny?
Alright.
Oh, Camino. Oh, probably him
Alright,
shooting
take
the
a
gun.
slot. There, just side by side next to each other for me. Alright. So your earplugs are in. We're on the range now, so if you haven't done so, you may load your weapon, you may take it off safe. This is a simple range. It ranges from 50 meters out to about 500 meters or 800 meters at the furthest target back there. What I'm going to get you guys to do is have some fun with your M4s and get used to that new lovely scope the called your new wife, kid, child, cousin, whatever you want to call it. Basically, you'll make love to this thing every day of your life here in the 15th MEU. Simple range rules. Don't only shoot when I tell you to. Try not to vault over the edge. And when I tell you to cease fire, you do as you're told and stop firing. That does not mean, oh, I've got one more round in my mag, I can just get it out. No, that means stop. Full stop, point. So, what I'll get you guys to do now, pick a target on the range, any target, and you may commence firing. The range is hot. While you guys do that, I'll give some quick information. The M4 comes in two modes. It comes in burst fire mode and single shot. Majority of the people in the 15th MEU use the single shot for everything that includes close quarters clearing. You'll notice that a triple burst shot. Some people use the triple burst for closer targets, so if you want to look at the targets below you, probably dead close, about 25 meters. Use the triple shot and see how accurate it gets. Notice your rifle has much more recoil when doing this. You have less control.
I like the burst fire better. You should make me mod. There's never any mods. Yeah, I'll think about it. You're right. There hasn't been a mod around lately.
Ceasefire for me, guys. Come over to the boxes. Let's come over to the one that's marked Arsenal. This one right here. Wrong one. This one. Yeah, this one here. They're not both Arsenal boxes. So what I'll get you to do first, sorry, is dump your weapon, dump your M4s in this one. That lovely empty one here for me. Sorry about that. Dump them in there. And come over to this box. What you're going to grab for me right now? You're going to grab two weapons. You're going to grab the M249 long FVG or the short, doesn't really matter. You can grab long or short. Give you some ammo for it. If you want, you can grab another AMPBQ 31 Alpha as well if you want to see the scopes of this thing. And you're also going to grab for me a handgun M9 Beretta. In the sidearms. Get yourself some ammo. Once you've done that, push on back to the line. I'll give you some time to shoot.
You said we can start firing now? So you got our stuff?
Just hold, wait. I need you both back on the line. So make sure you both got an M9 and 249. Awesome. So, 249 is the squad automatic weapon. Lovely weapon. My preference of choice. Is a suppression weapon. Not usually that much for accuracy, though everyone refers to it in the unit as the laser gun. So, being that said, make commence firing. Keep in mind, it's a suppression weapon, so the first fire is about 3 to 5 seconds. 5 rounds. If you want to do, you can do it the cadence of motherfucker die, die motherfucker die, die motherfucker die.
Huh. I caused it to fuck up. Huh. It's a sniper rifle, basically. Laser gun. Yeah, he did. He did. I caused it. I tried to hit the longest target with the pistol. I'm out of pistol ammo.
Ceasefire, ceasefire, ceasefire. Grab those 249, dump them back in the boxes. What you gonna get out of this box now? In the arsenal box, you're gonna go back to the rifles, and you're gonna grab an M27 IAR. This is the other rifle, sorry, automatic rifle that the 15th uses. So instead of 249s for some teams, this is the other one. My least favorite. I don't like it very much. The purpose of this rifle, it's got less ammo, which means it's probably and it's more accurate. So you can actually hit the targets with this. Very useful. The difference between the M4 and the M27 is this thing has full auto, fully automatic rifle. Once you're ready, take up your line on the range once again. We'll begin. Gentlemen, the range is hot. We commence firing.
Turn it to single for mate. Yeah, that's what I did. Huh, look at this thing. Oh, Jellyfield Pop is back. Nice, dude. You're just here for the rifle range. It's 12. It's 3 for me. I'm from Indiana. Nice, nice, nice. Welcome to the lecture hall. Hell yeah. Whoa,
All right,
what?
gentlemen, ceasefire. Drop the rifles back in the boxes and come back over with the final weapon of the day.
Welcome to the lecture hall, folks, where the lecture hangs out with the lecture fans.
This one's an easy
Lecture fans hangs out
only
with
one
the
you have not
lecture
seen.
fans.
So we did M4 203. Firing, make sure you get some grenades to go with it. Some 203s in it as well. So remember, the 203, 150 meters on a point target, 350 meters on an area target. 203 can also be used as smoke. Can be used to launch smoke. Signal smoke mostly. Mark enemy positions. Can be used for green. Can also be used white smoke, especially in close proximity. So once you have enough, once you think you've got enough ammo, you can fire this weapon as well the old way. But you can. I want you to be using the 203 a bit more often. So when you gentlemen are ready. Gentlemen, the range is hot. You are clear to fire. Decimo 556 off for me.
M4 baby, M4 baby. So they're saying I'm not a fan, I'm a fanatic. Hell yeah, El Camino. That's awesome, dude. That's my new job. Shooting range. Try shooting 150 millimeters iron sights. Okay. I don't know. I don't think I ever will use iron sights though. When I'm in the 15th, I'll always have the SACOG.
Alright boys, ceasefire, ceasefire, ceasefire. Drop your rifles in that lovely black box I've had you drop in all day, and then school circle in front of me. Yep, so school circle. Probably hear this terminology a lot more often. Take a knee in front of me. Alright.
The grenade launcher isn't quite accurate at the range. Yeah, I guess not, dude. 500 meter range. Yeah, seriously.
Server group assigned.
Nice. I got signed to server group.
Congratulations on completing recruit training on the 22nd of April 2017. If you've just heard the lovely clicks in your TeamSpeak notifications, you are no longer recruits. This is your first promotion in your 15th career. We're now privates. So, I was probably
What's
saying,
up?
where do you guys go from here next? Basically, where you'll go from here, since, well, in a sec, or what I'll do now is, I'm going to have a look at your applications, and you guys are both going to tell me if you want to keep the billets you signed up with, or do you want to change them. If you need some insight on some billets, I can provide as much information as I can to you if you want to change it. But if you want to stick with it, that's fine. So, starting off with the first application, Frank Smith. You want to stick with 0311?
Can you remind me again what 0311 is?
0311 rifleman, so basic line platoon rifle.
Okay, I had a question for you, Staff Sergeant. Like, which like MOS is the most needed? Like, what are the fewest of in the unit?
Fewest. Currently, everything in the unit is 8, 7 or 8. So at the moment, riflemen are desperately needed.
Okay, I'll stick with rifleman then.
Alright, Wallace?
Yeah, I'll stick with rifleman as well. Yeah.
Awesome, I don't need to change your profiles. So, that's awesome. So basically, what this means for both of you, if you haven't already guessed, if you know, since you both are 0300s, you'll be your 0300 occupational field. You'll be going to the Infantry Training Battalion at SOI. You will take part in a 4-part course over the span of 2 weeks, learning the ins and outs of being a member in the infantry of the 15th MEU. Once completion of this course, all members report for assignment, taking an 0311 as receiving special. If you're not, sorry, if you're anything else, so 0341, 0331, or 0352. Those guys go on to specialized training, so they get trained in their respective platoons. They train a bit more. But if you're an 0311, you go to the rifle platoons. There's no specialized training. You might get an introduction saying this is what you'll be carrying. Get some loadouts, all this stuff. That'll be the end of it. So, that's basically it. Now normally it takes 72 hours to update your forum profiles. It's bullshit because I just did it, so you guys now actually have access to phase 2 and a bit more of the forums. So, that's all good. what it'll get you to do now. So, Wallace, what you'll do, a bit more longer, basically what you'll both do, both disconnect from the server when I say you're dismissed. You are going to change your names in TeamSpeak and in-game to private. Wallace, you're going to go the extra further and get rid of that beard, aren't you?
Yes, I will. Staff Sergeant.
Awesome. Follows this. Is there any questions before I dismiss you? Crickets. Awesome. Gentlemen.
Well, actually, one question, Staff Sergeant. Sorry.
Yep.
How often? I guess I will eventually find this out on the forums. But like, how soon do you think can we get started on School of Infantry? Like, do you have any idea how often it is? Or?
Well, actually, what I'll get you to do, I'll get you disconnected. I can talk to you both about that now. I can actually tell you which class, and I'll go through the SOI forums with you. Anyhow.
Cool.
Like I said, disconnect. We have this up and going. So what I'll get you guys to do is just disconnect from the server, change your stuff, and I'll walk you through sort of where to go in the phase 2 for me. So both disconnect for me, lads. I want to see bodies. Awesome. All right. Back all the way up. So, if you go into your new profile now, you should have a nice little private logo. Will you both see that, yeah?
I'm
Probably still in game and getting your facial hair.
Your channel was edited.
All gone, yeah?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just not changed my in-game name.
Just remember to change it on TeamSpeak too. And the last thing you want to do as well is you want to go up to your bookmarks, you manage your books, and you want to change your name in there as well. Otherwise, every time you connect, you're going to always come back as Recruit Smith or Recruit Wallace, and it's kind of awkward when you know you've completed recruit training.
So what do I put instead of recruit? Do I put PFC, right?
Private, PVT.
Okay.
Uppercase P, lowercase V,
Yep.
lowercase T.
User joined your channel.
Morning.
Just one sec, man. I'm still in the middle of this.
That's fine.
Just jump down to it. I'll talk to you in a sec.
I'll be down at the office.
Alright.
User left your channel.
Alright. So, both private. So basically, if you've got your forum profiles up.
Yep.
So you guys both see the next phase, SOI.
Yeah, phase 2.
Yep, phase 2. So you're both going to SOI, so you don't need to pay attention to MCT or FMTV. You're going to SOI. And what you'll want to look at is the classes there. So you have Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Saturday, Sunday again. Oh wait, don't pay attention to the last one, that's Cadet 0300, so you won't need to pay attention to that. You'll want to pay attention to these three, the main ones. So one by Corrido, one by Mooney, and one by Regenti. Click on them, you look at when the next cycle is, or if there's a current cycle in progress, you can't really join up for it. So you want to find the next cycle. Usually tells you. There's next cycle commencing 3rd of April, which is probably the current one. But the next cycle, apparently for, say, Mooney's class, is the 1st of May. That's when his next cycle is. For
So
Corrido's,
when can you sign up for it? You can sign up now, or do you sign up like after this current cycle is done?
can sign up and just put in when the next cycle is. So I'm trying to find one.
Oh, so where it says Monday and Tuesdays, but it's only every 2 weeks.
Yep. So Monday and Tuesday, and then week. You will take notes in this one, by the way. There's a lot of stuff you got to know. So I suggest having a book handy. Plus, they test you. So you want to go through this, write down a few notes, go around, write down a few notes. Then the next week comes along, and then you have your notepad ready, and they'll test you, because they'll test you and they'll talk about, so who remembers what this is, and you can just go, oh, that's what that is. Sorry. Oh, sorry, pardon me. So yeah, if you look, it tells you when the next cycle starts. You can basically what you did for my recruit training. So so and so is signing up for class something on this cycle. That's what we just basically see how people. Private E Lawrence will turn ITB Thursday at 19:30 or something like that. But put the cycle class, because that way they know. Like put Private, say for example, Private F Smith signing up for the 2nd of May 2017. And the one thing I suggest to you, both of you, is show up at least half an hour early. Like they'll do a call. They'll do a call for whoever wants to just show up. Make sure you've got a time you can both make, or you can make, because otherwise it gets awkward. And then hope it sticks out for 2 weeks. And you got to take ITB in order. So day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Day 1, 2, 3, it's all just classroom and then field stuff. And day 4 is your graduation, your FTX. So your first official FTX in the 15th, pretty much. So yeah, that's how the cycles work.
Got it. That makes sense.
Now,
Thank you.
Yeah. Now the other thing I've probably forgot to tell you before I run away, you gentlemen want to take a rifle range as well. I'm not sure if you'll have access to it. It's been a bit weird lately. Hopefully they have updated it. I'll send you the link. Rifle range April is still in April. Thank goodness. So if you can or cannot see this link, this is the link right there for the rifle range schedule. Now, difference between this and that. The rifle range schedule, don't sign up for it. You see the dates and times there?
Yeah.
Show up around the dates and times. Again, probably half an hour, 15 minutes early. There'll be a call out. Run along and then jump in. Now, to get promoted in the 15th, you need to have a current rifle range score. Unless you want to remain PFCs for the rest of your life, because I don't believe you need a rifle range score, because they changed that a while ago to become a PFC. I could be wrong, but I suggest you take the rifle range anyway, otherwise you'll be PFCs or Lance Corporals for the rest of your career here. So you take the rifle range, they give you a score, you'll learn marksman, sharpshooter or expert. Marksman being the lowest, sharpshooter being the second highest, and expert being you're a bloody miracle sharpshooter. The world loves you. That all can be those scores are also determine on what sort of weapon systems you can also use for advanced training. For example, M32 or DMR.
I got a question. So we can go and do the next rifle range even if we haven't started ITB at that point?
The quicker you do it, the better.
So we can do the one Monday, 24th?
Yep. I've seen recruits. I've seen privates who've just gone there. I've actually had privates who've gone from this class, waited 2 or 3 hours, and gone to the rifle range.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely doing the next one. And then let me, just for clarification, so you get a score on the rifle range, and your score determines what you may or may not be able to do later on.
So your score determines, since you're both infantrymen, your score will basically determine if you get 63 or higher, you're qualified to take the DMR school course.
So for like marksmen and stuff like that?
Marksman. So you need the expert badge, which is 63. Highest score you can get in the rifle range is 65. The one thing I will hammer into you two right now, listen to their instructions, as well as you listen to mine today. Listen to their instructions. You can be disqualified. You do not listen if you shoot more than one round, if you shoot when you're not supposed to shoot, if you shoot with scope on in certain places, yeah, you can get disqualified for that. But that, again, if you're not happy with your score, you can go back, you can go to another rifle range class and improve it. It's all about improvement.
Could you do the like, if let's say you didn't do what you liked on the 24th, could you do it the 25th?
Yep.
Day?
Yep.
Sweet.
Oh, and there actually is a rifle range course today.
Yep, Chiari at 2200.
Awesome.
So later tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Go with that.
All right, gents. So If there are no more questions, congratulations. You know both new privates. Have a look around the forums. I'm not sure what do you have access to? Because it's been a long time since I was a private. Do you have access to the Tun Tavern perchance?
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know.
Okay, have
which one?
fun in there.
Which one?
The
Tun
Tun
Tavern.
Tavern.
Have
Yeah,
fun
this
in
one?
there. Don't touch much stuff, but you know it's weird. But
Sorry.
like I said, be sensible in the forums. Be careful what you write, and you know there'll be rules in there showing it, especially in big red block. Say, do not post religious or political threads. You also have access to the Discord, and that's probably what I should mention right here, right now. Do not invite non-15 members to the Discord. We just had someone who did invite someone. It is for 15th members only. The only exceptions are retirees. So people who've been here for 555 days or longer. So don't invite your friends to the Discord. Because otherwise the person who will ask their rank and name and they'll get kicked.
Wait, and are you talking about a Discord that's separate and different from this TeamSpeak server?
It's basically a place where a lot of people go to chat. It's like, yeah, it's basically it. Not everyone has TeamSpeak on their phone. People have Discord on their phone as well, and they find it easier just to chat on there. Plus, you get more images over there for some reason.
Okay.
I don't use it that much. I prefer to come on here and chat.
And we can find the Discord information somewhere in the forums, I assume.
It's in the Tone Tavern.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like I said, do not pass that out. Same thing with the passwords I'm giving you today. Same thing with most stuff. If it's 15th related, and if it's in a closed off section to what you guys didn't have access to, don't give them out. Simple as that.
Roger that.
Alright.
All right. Any other questions, guys?
Negative.
Nope.
All right, lads. You guys are dismissed. You guys can disperse. Go up in the recruiting server. Look, there's a couple. I think 4 cons actually running on the recruiting server. So if you're lucky, you might be able to visit them and see if they'll let you play with them for a bit. But you know,
Yeah, I think I'm
like
gonna
I
grab.
said, ask.
Yeah, I definitely am gonna grab some food and then I'll be back on the recruiting server and then I'm doing rifle range tonight.
Yeah, same.
Luck, boys.
Alright.
Luck, boys.
Thanks, Staff Sergeant.
Thanks,
Okay.
Sergeant.
That's okay, boys. You can call me Johnson now. I'm off duty. I prefer
Alright.
Johnson.
All right.
Alright, thank you, man.
All right,
User
Ben.
left your channel.
Thanks for coming along, man, tonight. Even though I got you to do some stuff as well. But yeah, shit. I wasn't actually meant to pull you along.
That's all good, man. I appreciate letting me stick around.
That's fine. Hey, if you're planning on becoming like a recruit assistant instructor or a recruit instructor,
Disconnected.
That's the end of the stream, guys. I'm gonna go get some food and then I'll be back.